Final question for you. You've said that you want the deal with AJ to be done by the end of Monday.
Monday is the deadline.
The Riyadh season for doing this. I'm going to talk about the IBF belt situation because that sounded like it was going to be interim at one point. How late did the discussions go, and what was the thing that kind of made Usyk to put that video out yesterday and say, right, you can have it as my gift?
Well, I mean, you know, look, we've done the fight. The next fight will be for a unified title, and Tyson just wants to fight. He doesn't care it's for no belts. He wants to right the wrongs that he's done. He's not bothered about belts. You know that anyway. He's told you millions of times.
And those are the words of Spencer Brown, the manager of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. And he responds through Spencer Brown on how Tyson Fury feels about Oleksandr Usyk dropping the IBF belt, giving it to or back to the IBF. And then, of course, have made Danny Dubois their champion. And let me counterpunch. I think, first of all, his response is reasonable. It's consistent on, yeah, he doesn't care if it wasn't for the belts at all. But why? Why? Because Tyson Fury, his overall demeanor, intention, primarily was never for all the belts. That became a selling point after the Ngannou fight. See, after Ngannou gave him hell and high water, then he started bigging up the fight with Oleksandr Usyk, because that was actually supposed to have been his redemption, because his name was in the mud. Okay. He put himself back on the redemption list because of how he fought Francis Ngannou, or versus how Francis Ngannou fought him, right? So, he didn't really care about any of that. He said it in the press conferences. Look, the belts that I gave you, you know what I mean? He, in fact, gave up those belts when he went through on his hiatus back in the day. So I think this should all be about Tyson avenging his only loss. He's avenged his draw twice against Deontay Wilder. So, yeah, I think that should be on his mind, not all the accolades involved, because they weren't important at the beginning. So why are they important now? You know what I mean? You're going to bellyache over something you've already owned. Tyson Fury has held, at one point or the other, every belt in the heavyweight division, or in every belt to really have, unless Mauricio makes up some new belts, which he's known to do. But every major sanction embodied belt Tyson Fury has had at one point or the other. So I don't think that would matter. Why? Because if he beats Oleksandr Usyk, he would be regarded as the lineal champion that he lost, because he's the guy that got beat by the guy that, then he beat that guy that beat him, and he beat everyone else because he's the guy that beat the guy. Okay? So I don't think that's really a issue for Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. However, I will throw this in there. When you're dealing with Tyson Fury, though, I would want my WBC belt back. But if he beats Usyk, he would want that back anyway. So I think one belt would stick out, because that's the WBC, to be real with you guys, is the only belt that he actually defended. Sure, they were poor defenses, because he had to fight Wilder again, because Wilder took him to court or whatever. And then he fought Dillian White. Then he fought Derek Chisora, right? So, you know what I mean? I think, at this point, I think if any belt that he would want would be the WBC. But if he beats Oleksandr Usyk, he gets them all except the IBF anyway. And that really doesn't matter, because if he does beat Oleksandr Usyk, he's going to fight Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua's favored to beat Danny Dubois in September for all the belts, because he will come with that one belt that was left out of the equation. So it doesn't matter now, does it? But you guys tell me what you think of Spencer Brown's take on Tyson Fury's response to Oleksandr Usyk dropping the belt, giving it back to the IBF. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.